Hey guys, so normally we talk about the big cities here in the upstate, like Greenville and Spartanburg. This video is to get you outside of the normal. You need to go look at these smaller communities here in the area, like Duncan, Inman, Lyman, Wellford. Speaking of small things, we just launched a Shorts channel, so go check that out. Okay, so first thing about this area is you need to know a little bit about the history of it, okay? So this entire area was founded in the early 1800s. We're talking like 1811, all right? And it was focused mostly around the railroads. So when you're looking at this area, you've got to know, like, it's been here a long time. And there's a lot of people that have been here for a long time. The history of the area is important because it has stayed small, okay? So up until about 4 or 5 years ago, there was only about 1,000 to 2,000 people that lived in each town here in the area. However, in the last 4 or 5 years, especially during COVID, the population here has completely doubled. And I think it is only gaining speed and more people are moving here. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing because what that brings is it brings better roads, it brings more businesses, the conveniences that you're gonna find in your larger areas that we talk about all the time. Yes, there is building going on, but it's not rampant. It's not everywhere, but it is growing. I would say we're probably anticipating anywhere from 5,000 to 6,000 people in these areas, but that's my opinion, and we need to see what history plays out with. Other things that you need to be aware of also is the cost of living out here in these smaller communities. So cost of living is so much better here because obviously when you move in closer to the bigger cities, prices go up. A lot of that has to do with housing, of course, but you're gonna be able to live out here. The median income right now is about $30,000 to $40,000. So if you make more than that, or if you are in those ranges and you're like, hey, where do I live? Where do I get to work and play and not feel like I am living that paycheck to paycheck life? You need to come out here. You need to look in the smaller communities. What do you do? Where do you work whenever you are here? So before we go to like the fun things, where do you work whenever you're here? This area has so many manufacturing businesses. The ones to note are BMW and Michelin. You're only about 10 to 15 minutes away from those larger places that employ hundreds, if not thousands of people here in the area. So you can live within about 20 minutes and have a nice, easy drive to work. Now, what do I do whenever I move out here? Well, you're only about 30 minutes outside of Greenville, downtown, and then you're only about 20 minutes outside of Spartanburg, all right? So you're gonna have different smaller theaters here in the area. You have escape rooms, you have mini golf everywhere. The festivals, oh my word. I talked about this the other night on our live stream that happens on Thursdays. So if you haven't caught one of those, it's 8 o'clock on Thursday nights. Come see me. But what we talked about this past week were the events that happen downtown. And that is across the board, not just the bigger cities. These small towns have great local events. And you can check out those events on their town websites or Facebook pages. They are updated regularly and provide so much information about the area. And that's one of the things that I personally love about the area. People want local. They want local here in Inman and Duncan and Lyman. They don't want the big box things. So if that's what you're looking for, you definitely need to reach out to the team because we are constantly talking to people about this. So go to our website or shoot us an email. We would love to chat. Okay, so we've talked about some of the things to do. Where am I going to live? What does that look like? So we talked about the cost of living and how it is already more affordable here in the area. What you should know is the average price point of this area is much lower than, say, the Greenville price point. We are in Spartanburg County, and we're gonna have some lower prices. So average price point's about $285 to $325, and you can find a very nice 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, sometimes a little bit bigger even. And yes, you're gonna have some housing that's on postage stamp size yards, or you may luck out and find maybe a little bit of an older home on half an acre or more. There's so much to offer out here that I think a lot of people they don't know it's here. One of my favorite things about the area is to go drive out on Highway 414. So Inman specifically has those mountain views, and you're not too far from the modern conveniences, your shopping and things to do. So definitely looking at these areas, you're gonna be in a lower average price point, which means you're gonna get more house for your money, you're gonna get a better community, and these areas have very established neighborhoods. So we have the new neighborhoods, obviously, that are being built. They're being built everywhere since we have low inventory. So Greenville in general, the upstate, sees an appreciation of about 4 to 5% year over year. In these areas where the price point is still relatively low and your cost of living is relatively low as well, as these areas grow, you are going to see housing prices grow with it. The area keeps a very stable economy because of the manufacturing distribution centers here, and it's great. It's a smart financial move. If this piqued your interest, reach out to the team. We would love to chat with you. Send us an email, go to our website, however we can help out. Go check out some of our other videos about Fountain Inn or Piedmont or Traveler's Rest, as popular as it is. And let me know what questions you have, and I will catch you next time.